for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Big Ten softball is here in Lincoln. The top 10 ranked Husker softball team competes against Michigan this Friday through Sunday, March 13th through 15th at Bowlin Stadium. They need your help to pack the stands and give the red team the best home field advantage in the Big Ten. Tickets start at just $7 for youth and $11 for adults. Demand is high and seats are limited, so grab your tickets now at huskers.com/tickets. MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with the lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gana Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gana Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GanaTrucking.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," You want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Welcome into a presentation of high school boys state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Boys State Basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now, calling all the action, here are Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
That is right. Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Major thanks to Jake Bachov and Terrell Farley for holding down the fort in between our two games as we are ready to turn our attention to the Class B quarterfinal matchup. First on the docket, number 1, the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks, and the number 8 seed, the Lincoln Pius X Thunderbolts. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Wyman back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Jay, we turn our attention to Class B, and we can only hope it was as good as our Class A matchups yesterday.
Yeah, you got two teams that know each other very well, and staples down here in PBA. So there's no love lost here, and it's going to be a competitive game.
Well, I think you mentioned the staples of these two teams here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, more so for Omaha Skutt Catholic, as they are 3-time defending state champions, but they've graduated a lot. This year is kind of the first year of, all right, the younger guys that have won multiple state titles since 2023, 2024, and 2025. All right, now it's time for guys like George Siebel to take the reins. We're going to see that. On the other side, you asked head coach Adam Brill. I'm not sure many people expected Lincoln Pius X to be here.
No, I mean, they lost a lot as well. You know, they were able to make it last year and had a pretty senior-laden group, and a lot of scoring's gone. But, you know, never too late to turn the season around. They come in at 10-16, and they got on a roll there the last 4 games. Last 6 games where you thought about they beat Millard West, lost a heartbreaker to Gretna, and then they rang off 3 in a row. They came in battle tested. So when you're 10-16, I always look at the last 6 to 8 games, and they're playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, Lincoln Pius 10-16, as you mentioned, Jay. But I mean, this is a team that went as a 3 seed, not a 2 seed, but as a 3 seed in the district quarterfinal or district semifinal, and then obviously in the district final. Not only did they beat 2 seed Platteview by 3. Not many people gave them a chance against the team we're going to see next in Wahoo, who is the host school, but they actually beat Wahoo by 14 on the road at Wahoo, and so that's how they earned the 8th seed here. They were a bid stealer, as we call them, here in high school basketball.
And listen, it wasn't even close against Wahoo, and when you look at Skutt's record, you got to look at who they played.
Yeah.
You know, they're in Class B. They played a lot of Class A schools. They went to Iowa. They went to Missouri 3 times, so they played some tough competition. And it got them ready to make a run to the state tournament. So you look at the record, say, oh, they don't have a chance. They're battle tested. They look like they'll be ready to go.
Well, and then on the other side, Omaha Skutt has been so impressive all season long. 24-2. Their 2 losses came in a 3-point fashion to Gretna and a 7-point loss to Ashland Greenwood. But for Skutt Catholic, there's also something to be said about being on this stage. You've been here before. The staff has coached on this stage before. But as you always talk about, first game's always the hardest.
Yeah, first game's always the hardest, and it's their home away from home. And like you said, it's George Siebel's team, but you got Eddie Linderman and company that have been waiting for their turn, and we'll see if they are able to push through for 4 in a row.
The starting 5, first for the visitors, the 10-16 Lincoln Pius X Thunderbolts, led by head coach Adam Brill. As Coach Brill will start Charlie Morrow, Zach Taubenheim, Sawyer Sand, Henry Stempson, and Jacob Markowski as the Thunderbolts come in with that 10-16 record. Last time they won a title was in 2019 with the Charlie Easley, Austin Jablonski graduating class. Now for Omaha Skutt Catholic, once again, 3-time defending state champion here in Class B. They have won 7 state titles in school history, all from Class B action. Omaha Skutt starting 5 for head coach Kyle Juergens, Lucas Heller, Jet Sampson, Carter Wissink, Eddie Linderman, and George Zeeble. George Zeeble going to be a tough matchup for anybody at this level.
Yeah, the big left-hander. We've seen him grow before our eyes from a freshman 4 years ago, sophomore, and now junior, and now a senior. He's gotten better every year, and he's physical, and he's actually expanded his game to the outside game as well.
Yeah, so the Skyhawks graduated Brock Scholl, who's now shining in Omaha for the Mavericks, as Skutt Catholic wins the tip, and we are underway here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman with you. Glad you could join us wherever you may be, as Linderman has it. Top of the key now on the right side. It is Heller. Heller hands it off to, this is number 14, Carter Wissink, with the basketball on the right wing. Down low, they're going to get it right to Zeeble right away. Markowski guarding Zeeble. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Offensive rebound. Here comes Heller, second effort, and it's good. Omaha Skutt leads 2-0.
Yeah, good initial defense there by the Pius, but they didn't get the offense or defensive rebound. Easy 2 points there.
So now it's going to be a matter of how does Lincoln Pius X find the bottom of the bucket, as Omaha Skutt so strong defensively. Thunderbolts struggle to score in both of the matchups against the Skyhawks this season, as they scored 31 one game and 37 the next matchup, as the layup is no good. Running out with numbers is Skutt Catholic. 3-point try on the way, just a tad too strong, and the rebound is cleared by Lincoln Pius X. Going the other way now, Charlie Morrow.
Charlie Morrow comes in the leading scorer, but if he gets hot, he can even the scoring differential from the previous 2 games.
2-0, Skutt Catholic taking away Zeeble on the entry pass. It's a 2-on-1 break. Zeeble in the left side of the lane. No good on the layup attempt. Second effort. That one is good, as Omaha Skutt Catholic able to score both of their buckets on second chance points.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Brill, I wanted Markowski to get past half court, because you just never know when a guy's going to miss an open layup. Size differential led to that 2 points.
Here is Sawyer Sand, right side of the lane. That pass taken away. Turnover's an issue early for Lincoln Pius X. Heller coming the length of the floor, finds a cutting Zeeble. It is knocked out of his hands, but rather a foul is going to be called. I think they're going to get Charlie Morrow for this.
Yeah, right now you're seeing Lincoln Pius. I think they're a little bit of shell shock here. They're kind of waiting for the fight to begin, but they're watching versus reacting. So they got to get their energy up and really start to impose their will, because they're playing good defensively initially. What they're not doing is getting a team rebound aspect. Everybody's got a rebound. Because Skutt Catholic is killing them on the offensive boards.
Yeah, 4-0 as we have a stoppage in play for some blood. It appears on the leg, or no, rather a bloody nose potentially for Sawyer Sand. Either way, they're going to let him clean it up here. And it's 4-0 Omaha Skutt Catholic out in front of Lincoln Pius X here early on in this one. 6:19 to play, first quarter, our first Class B matchup of the tournament. 1 seed Omaha Skutt, 8 seed Lincoln Pius X is at the line. George Zeeble to shoot 2. First one is on the way, and it's perfect for George Zeeble.
Yeah, right now, if you're Coach Brill, we got to get some offensive motion going. We got to get every player on our offensive side to touch the ball. We got to withstand their pressure now. Well, this is different than Skutt Catholic has done over the years. They're trying to guard you full court.
Here's the second one, Zeeble. It's also good, and it's going to be 6-0 Omaha Skutt Catholic as they inbound it tomorrow. Some slight defensive pressure here from Omaha Skutt as they guard the ball handler up the floor. Charlie Morrow will get it across the timeline. Now cut down the center of the lane in traffic. Shot blocked. No luck there for Lincoln Pius X. Here comes Wissink. Carter Wissink stops, kicks it out to Linderman. Thought about the 3, drives in center of the lane. Looking around, gets it out to Wissink. Wissink on the right wing does Linderman, rather. 3-point try off back iron. Rebound tipped around, still tipped. Wissink comes up with it for Omaha Skutt before he gets undercut, and it'll be a foul on the Thunderbolts.
Right now, Coach Brill is talking to assistant coaches. That's 4 straight possessions. They've given up multiple offensive rebounds to Omaha Skutt. And so now he's bringing in number 33 to try to get some more size, right? Morrow is kind of starting to look – he's trying to start fast, but he's not finishing. Right? You got the ball. You got it out of there. You broke the press, and you went in there amongst the trees and got swatted.
Well, and how about this? Charlie Morrow just picked up foul number 2. We're only 2 minutes and 15 seconds into this game. Left side, 3-pointer on the way. Won't connect for Omaha Skutt. Rebound fought 4-1 by Hostreiter for Lincoln Pius X. They brought him in for a little additional size in relief of Charlie Morrow. Down the lane, right side, gets a shot fake. Now a nice job from the left side of the rim that is Henry Stempson. The 2-point bucket's good for Pius.
Good job by Stempson. Step through, finish with the left hand. let's see if they settle down a little bit.
Here's Heller on the left side. Now Carter Wissing. Screen right from Zeeble. Does no good. Now to that is Lucas Heller. And another whistle and another foul that will go against Lincoln Pius the 10th. That's team foul number 3 already on the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Coach Brill didn't like that. Sand got a little too handsy, and once you kind of reach across the apex there to his body, it's an easy call for the referee.
Baseline inbound coming up for Omaha Skutt Catholic as they lead at 6-2 in the early go into this one. Here into, this is Linderman, Eddie Linderman with the basketball on the right side with it in the near corner. Sampson now to Wissing. Wissing to Sampson. Sampson drives left side of the lane, kicks it out. Heller dumps it down low, trying to get it to Zeeble. Sampson can't. Now he does on the right side of the rim. Still 15 on the possession as Wissing fires the 3. It's off to the left, no good. Zeeble with the offensive rebound. Put back try won't fall. Markowski finally clears the glass for the Thunderbolts.
Good defensive series there for the Thunderbolts. Tough and physical. Energy was good too.
Here is Hostreider. Hostreider kicks it out to Markowski. Markowski bounces it with the left hand, hesitates, fakes the handoff, goes at Zeeble. No luck there. Finds a cutting Simpson. He gets it in, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Good job there by Markowski, finding his partner in crime.
Henry Stempson, all 4 points for the Thunderbolts here on the left side, driving baseline with it. Now Sampson with the basketball for Skutt Catholic. Zeeble, top of the key to Heller. Heller with Skutt up by 2, 4:11 to go first quarter. On the right side now with it, it is Linderman. Linderman crosses over, almost got his pocket picked. It'll be Skutt Catholic basketball as it goes out of bounds.
Right now, if I'm Coach Brill, I want to hold serve right here. Hold my head, tread water, as I like to say. Just withstand that first rush by Skutt Catholic. I think they have an advantage on Skutt Catholic as far as outside shooting. So if you can really handle Zeeble, right, and really do a better job on the defensive rebounding, you'll be just fine, because I think the guard for Pius can stay with him.
Henry Majerus checks in for Markowski, giving him a breather as he'll be tasked with George Zeeble. On the right side now, Carter Wissing. Wissing gives it to Lenz, who has checked into the game for the first time for Skutt Catholic here. Number 34 in white in the lane. Linderman floater and missed it. Offensive rebound, put back try, high off the glass and in for Carter Wissing.
Yeah, right there. It's offensive rebounds. You got 5 already in the first quarter. That's the thing that Coach Brill's got to get corrected here for the rest of the game.
Zach Taubenheim back into the game for the Thunderbolts. Now Sawyer Sand gives it to Taubenheim. Taubenheim on the left side, stops at the left elbow, dribbles back in, right side of the lane, almost got it picked out of his pocket. Gets it to Stempson. 3 ball on the way. No good for Henry Stempson. 8 empty possession, 1 and done for Pius the 10th. The Skutt Catholic comes the other way. Carter Wissink with it at the top of the key. Passes to Luke Lenz. Now on the right wing with it. It is Linderman. Back to Lenz. Lenz trying to get it down low to Zeeble. Unable to do so. Fakes the pass left. Now dribbling right side. Faking the handoff. It is Russell. Russell gives it to Lenz. Lenz near the timeline. 3:05 to play first quarter. Looking over, gives it now to Wissing. Wissing just got his first 2 points a moment ago. He crosses over. He steps back, looking at near side. Wide open 3 ball on the way. Russell, too strong. Rebound tipped out, and now an offensive foul on the rebound attempt by Luke Lenz.
Good job there by Sand, getting his body on Lenz and trying to push him away, actively trying to box him out, force the ref to call the over the back. Good defense. Look, I can tell you what, Pius is playing a good initial defense. It's the secondary chances that have really hurt them. All 8 points, Nick, have come off of offensive rebounds. So if I'm Coach Brill, I like what we're doing defensively, not really offensively, because of Skutt Catholic is trying to, pressure you and then obviously get you sped up. It's working right now. So once you get over half court, you're going to have plenty of time to run some offense.
8-4 your score as Lincoln Pius the 10th trails by 4. Sawyer Sand brings it across the timeline, hands it off. Now top of the key with it, Taubenheim. 2:41 to play first quarter here at PBA. In the lane, kicking it out, Markowski. 3-point try on the way. It is no good off back iron. The glass is cleared by Omaha Skutt Catholic.
Yeah, good shot there. You think Markowski can make that, and he's got a pretty good stroke. I'd like to see less hesitation, just step right in and bust it.
On the right side now, top of the key with it, Omaha Skutt Catholic. Left side, Luke Lenz. 8-4 your score. On the right side now with it, it is Heller. Heller drives baseline, floater, sat on the rim. Nice finish by Lucas Heller.
Yeah, good floater right there. Shooter's touch. Another 2 points there for the senior guard.
Here we go on the right side, Taubenheim with the Thunderbolts down by 6. Sawyer Sand, he tries his luck at a 3. He bangs it home. It's 10-7.
Yeah, that's one thing you have to do if you're a smaller guard. You got to hit wide open threes.
Here's Quickery on the other side. Omaha Skutt Catholic can't hit the easy layup, and the rebound is tracked down by the Thunderbolts and Henry Majerus, who it seems like Adam Brill, in absence of Charlie Morris, found a lineup that can at least compete size-wise to a certain extent, especially with George Giebel on the bench.
Yeah, I think, Brill is one of the better coaches here, obviously in Lincoln and in the state. He makes do with whatever he has to, but he also planned for the best case and the worst case scenario.
Yeah, shot blocked on the second effort by Omaha Skutt. They're going to push the pace on the left side. Now they'll slow things down. Top of the key, it's Linderman. Linderman jab steps right. Now working on Markowski. Good defense there by Markowski. Fakes right, goes left. And the layup will not go. Somehow an offensive rebound out to the left side on the wing. Top of the key, it's Heller. Heller now left side to Sampson. Sampson looking around, gives it back to Heller. Fresh 35 seconds there. 25 shows on the possession. Here on the right side, it's Russell. He fakes left, goes right down the right side of the lane. Now stops, spins, gives it out to Linderman. 17 on the possession, 55 seconds here in the first quarter. Linderman thought about the three, gives it off to Russell. Skutt Catholic 0 for 5 from beyond the three-point line in the first quarter. Down low, Lenz working on Taubenheim. Layup good. Skutt Catholic 2 possessions that time on the same trip down the floor. They get 2 points.
Yeah, it's the offensive rebounds there that are really, really hurting Pius. They got to get that. They got to get that figured out if they want to stay competitive in this game.
12-7 your score. Sawyer Sands hands it off to Markowski. Markowski working on Luke Lenz. Gets bumped. A lot of physicality with the bucket and the foul. And Markowski able to finally get his imprint on this game. And it comes against, I believe, they got Luke Lenz for this one.
Yeah, Lenz tries to come off the bench. He's a defensive end in football during the fall, and he tries to bring the physical mentality. He was bumping and really bumping Markowski hard. He did a really good job keeping his balance, keeping his eye on the backboard, and easy 2 points there for the big man.
So Jacob Markowski at the line to shoot 1 to pull Pius within 2. It is no good. Rebound fought for, won by Zeeble of Omaha Skutt as the Skyhawks lead by 3. It's 12-9 here in the last 15 seconds of the first quarter. With it now, it is Carter Wissink, who has 2 points on the day, 3 boards, passes it right side to Linderman. Linderman now to Heller, working it around the perimeter. Here's Sampson to Heller. 3-point try on the way. Will not go. Rebound won by Zeeble. Zeeble spins in the lane. No good. There's the horn. And at the end of the first quarter, your score, Omaha Skutt Catholic 12, Lincoln Pius the 10th 9. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds from PBA on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Start of the second quarter. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you. Jay, here's the deal. For Pius the 10th, they're very undersized here, but they're staying in the fight right now as part of it is your skill, but part of it also Skutt's just not hitting their shots.
Right, and it's working out, good for you where, you're able to have some skill, and obviously Brill is obviously being able to coach through some of that. And so he's had a game plan for whether he loses one of his guards. He had that in Morrow. You're able to bring Majerus and company off the bench. And so now they just got to really do a good job on the defensive boards, and the refs got to help them out a while because what Zeeble's doing, he's coming in and pushing you towards your traps, and you can't get up off the ground there.
Yeah, here's Markowski driving baseline on Zeeble. He gets bumped and now thrown down. There it is, a foul on George Zeeble. Could have been one on the sideline on the inbound pass. Should have been one along the baseline in the dribble drive. Finally, it looked like a clean block, got him with the body.
Yeah, he was riding him pretty hard out of bounds, and with the bump, the initial bump is fine, right? But then when you continue to ride him, that's definitely a foul on the drive. Now, Pius got lucky because they called the foul on the shot.
Yeah.
Now, whether it was a foul before or after, it's still a foul. So as you're starting to get into this game, you got to get control of the physicality.
Yeah. 12-10. I mean, two schools that do not like each other. It's now 12-11. We have a whistle, and I think we got some blood on Jacob Markowski, it appears.
Yeah.
And Sawyer Sand is playing with a piece of, whether it's cotton or whatever it is that they put up the right nostril of Sawyer Sand. I mean, we talked about it, the physicality. They started out calling a little bit more touchy fouls at the start of the first quarter, but then in the back half of this first quarter, they kind of let the physicality play. You got to stay consistent.
Yeah, you got to stay consistent, set the tone from the very beginning, and the Skutt Catholic was able to do that. And it was not only Zeeble, it was Lenz.
Yeah.
Lenz was he's a pass rusher. He went on the fall. He just straight up, used his football mentality, trying to push guys out of the way.
Here we go, 7:40 to go, second quarter, 12-11 your score. Omaha Skutt out in front by 1. Here on the left side with it now is Carter Wissink with Skyhawks up by 1, 7.5 to go until halftime. On the right side with it, it is Sampson. Sampson stops at the free throw line, gives it out to Wissink. Wissink working on Taubenheim. Now left side, it's Linderman, back to Wissink. Wissink with 12 on the possession, drives right side, stops, gives it out to Zeeble on the perimeter, back to Wissink. Wissink with 7 to shoot. Here on the right side, looking around, gives to Linderman. Linderman drives in, right side of the lane, takes the bump. No good on the layup attempt, and it is going to be a shot clock violation as that did not hit the rim. It hit the backboard, and so there was confusion. And so with that, it is going to be Lincoln Pius, the 10th basketball.
Yeah, if you're Coach Bro, you like this. And, look, your team is being physical. Your team is doing really good at communication. No mishaps in the switches. And, they're trying to wear you out here as far as getting to the basket. But you're doing a good job of forcing them to some contested shots, and Skutt has not made any today.
Here we go. Sawyer Sand on the logo, throws it left side. A little bit of defensive intensity increasing. Sawyer Sand for 3, unable to get it to fall. Zeeble cleans up the miss for Omaha Skutt with 6:50 to play.
And that's what Skutt's trying to do. They're trying to double team you at the right over half court, get you to shoot a quick shot. But if I'm Pius, I'm fine with that. If they want to do that, we're going to wear them out. Just keep passing the ball over them.
Here, after a layup by George Zeeble, the Thunderbolts have numbers. Down the floor it goes. Looking around with it now is Stempson. Henry Stempson to Markowski. Trying to direct traffic from the right elbow. Has his back into Zeeble. Kicks it out. Driving baseline. Taubenheim on Linderman. Bounces it out. Markowski thought about the
Good
three.
move.
Drives in. Floater, short, rebound collected by Carter Wissink. Here comes Omaha Skutt. Now they'll slow it down, bring it across the timeline. Skutt Catholic, coast to coast on the right side. Now in the near corner with it is Sampson, I believe. Yes, that's Sampson to Linderman. Now to Heller. Heller on the left wing gives it off to Wissink. Wissink gets picked up by Sawyer Sand. 14-11 your score. Omaha Skutt on the right side now working offensively. With it now, Sampson. Sampson dribbles to the top of the key, reverses course, gives it back to Linderman. Down low, the double team comes on George Zeeble. Lucas Heller, shot fake, dribble drive, kicks it perimeter. 3-point try, Linderman. It will not fall. Zeeble kicks it out, now back out to Pius. Taubenheim will bring it across the timeline. Looking, stopping in the fingernail. Finds a trailing teammate in the lane. A foul is called. 2 shots coming up for the Thunderbolts.
That's exactly what you want to do is get into secondary break. Zeeble is a big load underneath the hoop. What you want to do is get him into a track meet, right? I feel like Pius has the better foot speed getting up and down the court, at least from the inside guys. Good job right there of getting the ball up past half court and trying to get to the free throw line and obviously knock into this deficit here. And so if I'm Coach Brill, it's the second quarter. You're into the game. Nobody's really playing good offensively, right? It's kind of obviously physical rock fight. So what Pius has to do is continue along until they start to get going. Somebody's going to have to step up and take the lead here.
Stempson missed the first free throw. He's able to hit the second one, and so it's now 14-12. Omaha Skutt Catholic, the number 1 Skyhawks, 3-time defending state champion in Class B, up by just 2 on the 8-seeded 10-16 overall Thunderbolts. On the left side, now down to Zeeble. Zeeble gets 2 defenders put on him. Extra pass, right side 3 ball on the way. It is no good. Rebound collected by Morrow. He is fouled. Yeah. Another part of it, Jay, that we have to just point out. Right now, Thunderbolts are daring the Skutt Catholic Cyhawks. They're okay with giving them outside shots. They're 0 for 8 on the day from beyond the arc.
Eddie Linderman is 0 for 3, and Heller is 0 for 2, and the rest of the crew is 0 for 1. And so whether it's Carter, Wisnick, or Sampson, you're fine with that, because Skutt Catholic is thinking that, you know what, we can shoot it because Zebo will get the rebound and to be able to put it back up and keep playing offense. And so it's kind of, working in Pius' favor, but Pius got to do a really good job on the defensive boards, and that's got to be guards included, like you saw with Morrow, rebounding once the shot goes up.
5:08 to go, second quarter, 14-12. Skutt Catholic with the lead as Taubenheim hits it on the right side, dribbles top of the key, underhand shovels it to Charlie Morrow, who's into the game for 2 fouls. Floater in traffic, won't go. Rebound collected by Wissink. Morrow almost picked up foul number 3 on trying to swipe that one away. On the left side, it's Russell for Skutt Catholic as they have the ball on offense. On the right side, it's Lucas Heller, guarded by Markowski. Two-handed pass over the head. Now collected by Russell on the far corner. Skutt Catholic entry pass. Siebel gets past the defender. Two-hand slam for George Siebel.
Yeah, Tannenbaum went for the steal. Easy 2 points.
Entry pass. Markowski gets knocked down. No whistle. Here comes Siebel in transition on the right side. Linderman in the lane. The layup is good. Adam Brill wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside as well. We'll be right back in 30 seconds here. It's 18-12. Skutt Catholic on top of Pius on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Stannard alongside Jay Foreman here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Class B quarterfinal action, 18-12 your score. Omaha Skutt on top of the Thunderbolts. 4:24 to play in the first half. They inbound it tomorrow to the Thunderbolts, and they get it back to Taubenheim. Taubenheim across the timeline gets it now to Markowski. Markowski, the double team comes. He needs help after dribbling it once. Finds Sawyer Sand at the top of the key. Now hands it off to Morrow, who dribbling it around the Herbie Husker logo at center court here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Charlie Morrow matched up with Linderman, backing down the bigger Linderman in the lane. The shot is blocked out of bounds, and it'll be a baseline inbounds play underneath their own bucket for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I think for Coach Brill, that is not what you want. Your smallest guard out there posting up against a pretty decent-sized Eddie Linderman and trying to do a fadeaway jumper, and he's taking him out right now to slow him down. Sometimes you can get sped up so much. Look, they're trying to speed you up once you get over half court. Then you got to make them use their aggressiveness against them. Pass through it. Don't kill your dribble. Step through the double team, and then you cut off of that.
And on the inbound play, how about this? George Zebo picks up another foul. That's going to be foul number 2 on him, which for the last 3 minutes and 59 seconds, he'll probably sit down, I'd imagine. Kyle Jurgens going to sub in Carter Wissink for who I'd imagine would be George Zebel, who's got some blood on his jersey as well. Markowski's elbow is bleeding or something is going on as well. But as I was going to say, if you're head coach Adam Brill on that Thunderbolt sideline, this is a chance now for you to maybe put a little more favorable of a lineup out there that matches up better and get some points back.
Yeah, for sure. Zebel's on the bench. I know Lynn's coming in, but he's not as offensively gifted as Zebel. So you're able to change your defensive coverages. But more importantly, you can work on some things that could take advantage of Zebel, and obviously when he comes back in or in the second half. You need to get the big man out away from the hoop. You saw that right there. That's where the foul occurred, because your quickness can you be your advantage, and his lack of quickness could be their disadvantage.
First free throw is good by Markowski. Second one is on the way, and it is no good. Rebound collected by Carter Wissink as it's now 18-13. Skyhawks out in front by 5. On the top of the key, Heller now working around the perimeter to Carter Wissink. He drives left side, gets past his defender, throws it through. Three-point try. Linderman will not connect. He's still over. Rebound collected by the Thunderbolts as they'll slow things down. Now looking for help.
He gets it secondary break. Now you got to dive to the hoop.
Here's Sawyer Sand. Floater over the smaller defender. Won't go. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Omaha Skutt Catholic. As it'll be Thunderbolt basketball.
Nick, if I'm Coach Brill right now, obviously I would look at. We talk about every state tournament. Free throws are important. When you come in and maybe you're the underdog, right? You got to really shoot a high percentage from the free throw line. I mean, you're missing, the front end on 2 shots, just a couple points there. Also, you got to be a little bit more active on offense, a little bit more crisp.
Yeah. Here's Charlie Morrow. He passes it right side to Sawyer Sand.
Yeah,
got knocked off his spot there, but now here comes Markowski backing down Lenz. Markowski over the left shoulder, off the glass. Nice move by Jacob Markowski to pull within 3.
Enough skill there by Markowski there to go up through Lenz, and this is where you could take advantage because I know Skutt Catholic does not want 3 on Zeeble. That would change the dynamic of this whole game.
Here on the right side, it's Heller. Heller got his defender to jump, now into the near corner. Same thing with Russell as he drives in, passes it through to Linderman. Linderman fakes right, goes left, gets a shoulder into Morrow, and there's no whistle. Adam Brill, I think, thought that he maybe got away with a little bit of an extension there. And the Skutt Catholic coach is thinking that there's a flop on that side.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the extension. It's actually the force. Now, I would say probably Sand didn't have his feet set, but the force is there. It's kind of like we saw in the first game early this morning with Erickson, two charges, even though the feet didn't have to be set.
20-15 your score. Taubenheim crossing over, gives to Sawyer Sand. Sawyer Sand at the top of the key, cutting. It's Markowski. That almost went out of bounds. Markowski was in the right place, right time. Now working on Lenz. Markowski hands it off to Sawyer Sand. Sand drives baseline, passes it down beneath. And the shot no good. Rebounded by Omaha Skutt Catholic as they lead by 5. Up the floor to Heller. Heller pushing the pace. Steps through. Layup good. It's a 7-point ball game.
Right now, if I'm Pius, I like what I'm doing, but I have to do better job of handling the basketball.
And now once again, as right on cue, you talked about it, Jay, as they turn it over on the inbounds pass, and it's an easy layup for Omaha Skutt Catholic. 24-15 your score quickly. Just like that, Skutt Catholic has made this almost a double-digit game. In the lane, the floater, no good. Rebound tip, steps in, shot blocked by Russell out of bounds. It stays with the Thunderbolts.
Right now, yes, if I'm Morrow, I got to slow down a little bit. You talk about handling the basketball. Now the refs are allowing them to essentially Velcro to you. You got to really be strong and get off. You got to L cut, V cut, whatever you want to call it. Catch the ball, get your eyes up, and people got to cut to the ball to get these guys worn out as far as being able to press you guys full court.
Here's Markowski trying to draw contact. No whistle, but he gets the tough floater to go. It's 24-17 with 90 seconds to play till half. On the right side, Russell with the basketball now to Heller. Heller to Linderman. Linderman left side to Wissink. Carter Wissink with the basketball. He has 2 points on the day on just 2 shots. Russell with the basketball, hands it off now to Heller. Heller looking around as George Zeeble still on the bench with those 2 fouls. Left side, Wissink. Carter Wissink takes the screen right, stops now at the elbow, gives to Linderman on the right wing. 8 to shoot, 3-point try. Russell on the way, still no good from Skutt Catholic behind the arc. They are now 0 for 10 from beyond the 3-point line here in the first half. On the left side, it is Morrow. He tries his luck at a 3. That one's off target, not even close. And the rebound collected by Lenz. Across the timeline comes Skutt Catholic. Here is Carter Wissink. 45 seconds to play until halftime. Into the near corner. Linderman wide open 3. That one won't fall. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Tiptoeing along the baseline. And here comes Wissink with a second effort for Omaha Skutt Catholic, rather.
It was the first time in about 4 or 5 possessions that Pius gave up an offensive rebound. Now, look, it's also a byproduct of a quick shot there by Morrow. And I know Coach Brill wants to get him out. He's going to have a long talk with his guard here about a shot selection and his mindset in this game.
21 seconds to play until halftime. 24-17 your score. Omaha Skutt in front by 7. Here is Wissink with 5 on the possession. At the top of the key. Crosses over. Steps back. Gives to Russell. He lets his defender fly by. That's a shot clock violation. The shot went in, but it is a shot clock violation on Russell. That would have been the first made 3-pointer of the half for Omaha Skutt, but it does not count. It stays a 7-point differential with 7 seconds to play until half.
See, right now, right here with Skutt Catholic face guarding, you got to have more than 2 guards up there to get open against this pressure. So you're going to need either Stimson or Markowski have the ability to handle the basketball. That takes all the pressure off your guards. Then the guards come up and get the ball, and you run some offense. What happens is they're speeding up their guards, and they're getting a bunch of bad shots.
4 seconds to play. Morrow crosses over. Half-court heave on the way. No good. Offensive rebound. It won't count. And at the end of your first half, your score, Omaha Skutt Catholic 24, the 8 seed Lincoln Pius the 10th 17. We'll step aside, come back in about 6 minutes with your halftime show here from PBA on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Attention, Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. Now is the time to get a glimpse into living and learning at Doane University through a personalized in-person or virtual visit. We know once you experience Doane, you'll see why it's a place where you can achieve your goals and shape your future. Schedule your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Your score at the break. Omaha Skutt leads at 24-17 over the Lincoln Pius, the 10th Thunderbolts. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman, Nick Wyman back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Jay, I mean, here's the deal. Thunderbolts within 7. They're within striking range, right? But also, here's the deal. Omaha Skutt Catholic, disappointing first half. George Siebel picked up those 2 personal fouls, and Skutt Catholic was 0 for 11 from beyond the three-point line. If you're Lincoln Pius 10, there's probably some ounce of you in that locker room right now that's saying we left a little bit out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you were able to get good shots, good open shots. You were able to work your offense. And to be honest with you, you've been destroying Pius on the offensive rebounds. And you got to think about it. You've had 9 offensive rebounds, and you're able to score 8 points off of turnovers, 4 Pius turnovers. And you had 30 shots. So you shot almost 10 more shots, because I'm not even going to count that last heave there by Pius. So you shot 10 more shots than them. And so, you got to expect the threes to start to fall in the second half. But more importantly, you're leading the game. You're the 3-time defending state champion. It's always not going to be pretty, but it's effective if you're winning.
Really tough first half there for Charlie Morrow, leading scorer for the Thunderbolts, Jay. I mean, he had to sit down within the first 2 minutes of the first quarter with 2 personal fouls, but then on top of that, he goes 0 for 7 from the field in that first half.
Yeah, I think you just came out. Sometimes when you're the leading scorer of a team, you figure that you think that as soon as you get here, you got to shoot, or score in order for the team to win. And I can tell you this right now, Pius did not win districts and get to state by just Morrow shooting the ball.
Yeah.
It's more the decision making. It's the shots and when he's shooting them. So it's a good time for these, not 12 minutes now, the next 4 minutes for Coach Brill and company to get him back into this game, because Skutt has him sped up so much. He's not even in PBA right now. He is here physically, mentally somewhere else. He's a really good, young player, or a really good player. He's not a young player. So he can have a really good second half. He needs to see one go through through the hoop, and then next thing you know, they'll come in bunches.
Once again, your score at the half, 24-17 in favor of the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. Number 1 seeded Skutt against 8 seed Lincoln Pius, the 10th. He's Jay Foreman. I'm Nick Sainert. Let's step aside, come back in 3 short minutes with the start of the third quarter here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sanders alongside Jay Foreman here in the Class B quarterfinal matchup between Omaha Skutt Catholic and Lincoln Pius X. Skutt leads it by 7, 24-17. Here as we get ready to roll in the third quarter. Our games to come. Myself and Os Norman will have the call of Elkhorn North and Wahoo after this one. And then tonight, Tristan Gomez will have Norris versus Bennington and Scotts Bluff versus Gretna East to round out your Thursday night of basketball here on the Ticket. All right. We talked about it at half. Charlie Morrow's got to play better, smarter. If maybe that's the better way to say it.
And everybody around him, too. Obviously, him and Sand are facing tremendous amount of pressure.
Yeah.
From, Skutt Catholic, as far as full courts. So you're going to need somebody from the forward position, whether it's Stimson or Markowski, handle the ball. And also able to make them more effective offensively, too, because it's going to get Zeeble away from the lane. You're making it way too easy on him defensively.
Yeah, here is Linderman as Skutt Catholic will go to the basket to our left now. As on the right wing, it is Sampson. Sampson down low to Linderman on Morrow. They're trying to get that third foul right on him. As in the lane, he's still in the lane. Now that floater by Zeeble will not go. Rebounded by Henry Stimson. He gets it knocked out of his hands, but now is able to get it to Taubenheim.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Brill, this is the way the game's going to go. We got to adjust it. Obviously, we got to talk to my players at halftime. They're going to allow it to be physical. Extracurricular is there.
Here's in the lane, Taubenheim with the left hand. It's good. It's 24-19.
Yeah, he had a good seal on Sampson. Good entry pass. Good strength there by Taubenheim.
Here on the right side, Wissink in the lane. He's able to answer coast to coast. Skutt Catholic leads back by 7.
Yeah, they caught Pius sleeping a little bit. Transition defense hurt him right there.
Here is Sawyer Sand up the floor to Morrow. Morrow on the left wing bounces it into Markowski. Markowski 18 feet away from the basket. Now backing down Zeeble. The up and under, not even close. That's an ill-advised shot. Markowski somehow gets it. It'll go out of bounds. Last touched by Skutt Catholic on the deflection. And it will be Pius X basketball underneath their own butt.
You're just seeing the difference there from young and upcoming sophomore Markowski and a wily old veteran and strong grown man in Zeeble. Markowski getting knocked off a little bit, but he's competing, and he's going to be bright player for the future there for Pius.
It is a deflected pass out of bounds off of Lucas Heller.
Nick, on their inbounds passes, even against the press, they got to be more assertive to go get the ball. You can't leave the ball. They're playing press man. You got to get off. You got to get through contact, and you got to really own the basketball. They're trying to just wait for the basketball to come to them.
7-point differential, 26-19. Your score, 6:45 to go third quarter. On the right side is Charlie Morrow. Morrow with 3 on the possession. Backing down his defender, Wissink, goes up through contact.
There you
Floater
go.
is good.
I'm fine with that, right? In the middle of the lane, underneath the Big Ten logo, 2 points there for the senior.
On the right side, Linderman, 2-hand pass cross court. Here is Sampson. Sampson on the left corner. Now back out near the logo to Linderman. Linderman with it. Guarded by Henry Stimson, to Lucas Heller. Heller now with the basketball at the top of the key, spins it, finds Sampson, shot fake, drives in the lane, the floater, the step through, no good, rebound fought for, and a foul is going to be called on Pius the 10th.
Yeah, Heller did a good job of selling that right there. He came flying from the left side of the lane and grabbed it, and actually his momentum took him down, and actually the Pius defenders had their hands straight up in the air. So, anyways, back to Morrow. That's what you want. Late in the shot clock, you're fine with the 4th shot, but he got so deep in the lane, it was an easy shot for him.
Here they inbounded to Zeeble, give and go now to Linderman. Linderman with 2 hands on the basketball, gives to Zeeble. He bobbles it. He gets it back, got away with a travel. No, he did not. That's a traveling violation on George Zeeble.
Good job there by Morrow, faking like he was going to go for the steal. One step too many for the big center, the big lefty. And so what you want is to get him away from the hoop on offense and defense. He's out of his comfort zone. If you can do that for the rest of the second half, Pius can come back and win this game.
6:03 to play in the third quarter. It's a 5-point ball game, 26-21. On the left side, Morrow driving left side of the lane, kicks it out to Sawyer Sand. Top of the key now, right side to Stemson. Stemson with the basketball, stops, hesitates, gets bumped, no whistle. They get it back out and reset the half-court offense at the logo with Charlie Morrow. Morrow at the top of the key, crossing over on a Wissink, drives in, spins, floater on the way, no good, rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with the Thunderbolts.
Good job there by Markowski, just trying to get a second shot at it, and it made it go off of one of the Skutt Catholic defenders. Good effort there. I think the energy of Pius started to pick up probably middle of the first quarter, and you start to see the benefits right now.
A baseline inbound here underneath their own bucket. Morrow getting into Markowski, going right up at Zeeble. Layup good as Markowski takes a tumble, and we have a Kyle Juergens timeout. Pius the 10th has come out and pulled to within 3 here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's a full timeout, so let's step aside with them. 30 seconds and be right back on the ticket.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. It was a 30-second timeout as Omaha Skutt wanted to just collect themselves. 26-23, Skutt leads it.
You know, one thing you're seeing right here is Markowski's doing a good job against Zeeble, not letting him establish himself right there on the block. Getting him off his spot is huge when you're playing against a really good player.
Here is Sampson. They're trying to get it into Zeeble, but nice job by Markowski down low as here is Sampson. Sampson gets picked up by Taubenheim at the free throw line. Now to Linderman. Linderman with it with Skutt Catholic up by 3 to Carter Wissink. 9 on the shot clock here. Entry pass down to Zeeble. Working on Markowski. Gets past him. Layup in the lane is good.
Yeah, you needed the double team to come over there. It was a little bit late, and so what you needed right there.
As the pass is almost intercepted. Now Morrow gets tumbled on. That's going to be a timeout called by Adam Brill as Morrow got rolled up on. Go ahead and finish your point, though, Jay.
Yeah, with the late double team there by Pius because Markowski was playing low on him. What you have to do is Zeeble likes to turn to the left and shoot with his left hand, so he's turning to his right almost every single time. So you want to bring the double team to the baseline deep against him. Overplay his left hand, make him shoot with his right. That's number 1. Number 2, when he comes down, they're allowing him just to walk down to the block. I'm meeting him at the free throw line. I'm not going to allow you to be in your comfortable, like where you're at, and be comfortable. And then number 3, against the press, they only have 2 guards there, and Pius is not guarding the inbounds pass. So what it means is you're doubling teaming right away. It's a simple press to break. And so what you have to do is start attacking off of this and not sitting back and playing so passive. You have to get through contact. And what I would tell Sand and Morrow, both, really, kind of smaller guards, you got to play lower, below the waist of these guys, right? Can't be shoulder to shoulder with these bigger defenders. You got to be lower and go through contact. You won't get bumped off your spot so easily.
Sideline inbound here as they get it into Morrow. The Thunderbolts do, rather, down by 5 as Morrow gets to Taubenheim. Taubenheim looking for help, fakes the handoff to Sand, gets bumped off his spot, almost got it taken out of his hand. Now to Morrow. Morrow with the basketball near the logo. 18 on the possession. Still spin move, gets bumped. Mid-range jumper is no good. Morrow, I think was expecting a whistle to be blown there, as now Linderman brings it up the floor. In transition, Linderman layup way too easy as he goes right at Taubenheim. Taubenheim is a taller defender, didn't even put up a fight.
Yeah, Taubenheim's at least got to challenge that right there, and you don't want Eddie Linderman to get anything going offensively because he can't hit anything from the outside.
Here's Sawyer Sand, pull-up jumper, won't go. Offensive rebound, put-back try, that one won't fall. Third time's the charm for Henry Stimson.
Good job by Stimson, staying with it, keeping the ball above his head. Good job there by the big forward.
30-25, Skutt Catholic with the 5-point lead and the basketball. Linderman, screen right from Zeeble. Pass deflected, controlled by Wissink. On the right side now it's Heller to Linderman in the far right corner. Here is Linderman, back out to Heller at the logo. Top of the key, crosses over left to right, gives it off to Linderman. 3:45 to go, third quarter. Down low, Zeeble working on Markowski. The double team comes, and it's going to be a jump ball, and that will be Pius the 10th basketball. Great help side defense by Sawyer Sand.
Yeah, and what they did right there, I don't know if Coach Brill made the adjustment. They came and blitzed them from the baseline. Good job by Markowski of bumping him up to the middle of the lane. Make him uncomfortable, right? He's a big physical guy that throws his body around. Good job by Sand coming there, and he threw Zabel down. I probably would have flexed a little bit.
30-25, your score. They inbound it tomorrow. The double team comes. Now Sawyer Sand almost gets it knocked away. Taubenheim will be able to bring it across the timeline. Up the floor to Stimson. The double team is there, looking for help. Watch out. Charlie Morrow climbs the ladder, gets the pass, and he puts in the layup.
Good job there by Morrow, skying up there, getting it, and he skied up so high he kept Zeeble from even being able to contest the shot.
30-27, the Thunderbolts back to within 3 as they're on a little 4-0 spurt. Here on the right side, it's Heller on it with Lucas Heller guarded by Sawyer Sand. He gets to Luke Lenz, who's into the game. Skutt has a significant size advantage with Lenz and Zeeble out there. Russell gets caught along the baseline. Now Zeeble tiptoeing, layup good.
Yeah, there was a mistake right there by Pius, not by Majerus, not getting on the baseline and letting Zeeble drive to a strong hand.
Sawyer Sand down low, kicks it out near side. Stimson couldn't catch it cleanly. He probably would have put up a 3. Taubenheim will. That one airballs into the hands of Lucas Heller. Defensive rebound for Skutt Catholic. Here comes Lucas Heller on the right side. Now with it is Lenz. Lenz wanted a two-hand skip pass, decided to pass it up instead. Gets it top of the key, Linderman, who didn't catch it clean at the start. Now he's backing down a smaller defender in the lane. It's going to be a blocking foul called on Sawyer Sand. It will be on the floor, so baseline inbound coming up for Omaha Skutt.
Linderman got away with a full-arm extended shove there on the initial drive. And then Sand tried to body him up and tried to draw the charge. And obviously by now, if you haven't got a charge call, you got to really wait for it to fast break, and it's going to be an obvious one. So right now you can't, wouldn't say flop, but you can't.
And we have a call before the inbounds pass on Pius the 10th. Anyway, finish your point, Jay.
Yeah, so right now I think Pius is trying to get charge calls against the Skutt Catholic guards or any of them. You're not getting it, so you better just play through contact and be physical versus trying to get a charge call. A little ticky-tack foul there on Morrow is something that you just really want, and it really wasn't anything. He was trying to just not get pushed over.
That's the third on Morrow, so he sits down with 2:20 to go in the third quarter. On the right side, Linderman. Linderman hesitates in the lane. It is spinning around, looking for help. The layup in the lane is good. It's back to a 7-point lead. Give credit to Skutt as they just keep on keeping the Thunderbolts at arm's length. Taubenheim looking for help, gets the Sand right in front of us. They have 2 seconds, and Adam Brill wants to talk things over and call a timeout. It'll be a timeout on the floor. Let's step aside, 30 seconds, and come right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
(34-27) your score. Omaha Skutt leads Lincoln Pius the 10th. 2:03 to play in the third quarter here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sanders alongside Jay Foreman jamming. Here's the deal. You're going to have to get it across the that timeline here relatively quickly. You got basically 25 seconds to work with on this possession.
Yeah, I mean, more importantly, you got to get a game plan together to alleviate this pressure. They're trying to wear down your guards to the point that where you tap out. It's more of a mental challenge than physical challenge. Now, look, they've already told you that they're going to allow Skutt Catholic to get away with grabbing you, shoving you, and all that stuff. You can't worry about that now. You got to play through it. So I like it that he has more guys up here, make them move their feet, and you're going to have to need your big guys to handle the ball, man. In Class B basketball, you got to be able to be effective on and off the ball.
The double team comes for Charlie Morrow. He gets bumped off on the hardwood. They're going to need something. Taubenheim, they only have 1 second left. They got to throw it. That's a 10-second violation as Pius X turns it over out of the timeout. Now, I will say this. It kind of all went to the wayside when Charlie Morrow took a tumble on the hardwood. I'm sure that was not part of the plan.
No, it was not part of the plan, but you got to keep your feet together, and this is the physical group here by Skutt Catholic. They are trying to oppose their will physically and along with mentally. You got to stay in the fight. And also, you know, for the other players, you got to run to the fight. You see two guards getting just attacked, go help them out a little bit.
34-27 your score. Zeeble has it for Skutt Catholic with a 7-point lead on offense. Down low, pass down low. Taubenheim in the lane, gets into block, and it's going to be now ripped away out of his hands. Taubenheim unable to hold on to the basketball. The second effort won't go. Rebound. There's a lot of bodies and scrumming in that underneath that basket. Skutt Catholic comes away with it. It's still a 7-point game and a fresh 35 here for Omaha Skutt Catholic as now that pass goes out of bounds. It'll into the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, you know, Coach Jurgens thought there was a little bit too much body there against Zeeble, but they've been getting away with it. Man, anything and everything. Now you can attack off of it. This is what I like right here.
Here's Taubenheim running the floor. Layup in the lane is good.
It's easy 2 points. Taubenheim, once he gets on the move, you got him and Markowski against Zeeble. You like that. It's a quick pass to the inbounds guy. You can't guard everybody when you double right off the first pass.
34-29, Omaha Skutt in the lead with the basketball. Here's Russell on the right wing, and now Russell bounces it to Zeeble. Zeeble gets his pocket picked. Now it's taken away, a jump ball, and it's going to be a jump ball. A little bit extracurricular as now Markowski shows some emotion. It'll be Skutt Catholic basketball, and you thought it was a foul.
Yeah, it was a foul. Markowski with a clean pickpocket there. He had two hands on it. Zeeble essentially tackled him like he was a linebacker, extraordinary tackle for loss. Jump ball, I can deal with that, but if I'm Coach Brill over there, I definitely would want a foul. Now they got to decide how much time is left on the clock. You know, Nick, right where you're at, you know, look, you're down by 5 if you're Pius, right? And you just saw something work. Now, you can't do that every single time. You got to do that initially, and then you just play 2-on-1 on the next guy, and you're going to get a good shot.
Here at the timeline, Omaha Skutt Catholic with the basketball, leading by 5. They lead at 34-29. Zeeble on the left wing right in front of us gives it to Linderman. Pius needs a stop here to close out the third quarter. Now in the lane, they pass it through to Heller to Linderman. Wide open three-point look on the way. It will not fall. Zeeble with the rebound, but a foul is called on Markowski on the floor as he was just trying to stay attached to George Zeeble.
Yeah, Zeeble kind of pulled the chair out of him. Now it's a long shot, all right? The shots either come off about 7 to 10 feet off of it when it's short, but when it's a high arcing shot like that, you really got to move him off the block, and he's a big, strong kid. And so it's just it's a good, hard foul right there, and it's a learning lesson for Markowski.
So here is Carter Wissink as the shot clock essentially should be turned off here, as with 25 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Yeah, that's right. As Skutt Catholic can hold for the final
Nick,
shot.
I'm Coach Brill right now, to be honest with you. And I get it. You know, I know it's a thing in Lincoln where you just play, man, you're getting killed on the boards. I'm playing zone. They can't hit a broadside of the barn from 3.
Here on the right side with the basketball, Luke Lenz. 7 on the game clock in the third quarter. Carter Wissink looks up at the monitor. Now on the right side as Linderman step back. 3 on the way. No good. And there's the horn. Your score after 3 quarters of play. Lincoln Pius X trails by 5, 34-29 to Omaha Skutt Catholic here on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, start of the fourth quarter here, 34-29, a low-scoring affair, but the pace has been pretty strong as it's a 5-point differential, and Pius X gets the basketball to start the fourth quarter, trailing by 5 as they try to upset number 1 Omaha Skutt. Sawyer Sand dribbling the ball, now gets to Morrow. Morrow will dribble it towards the logo, now go to work, crossing over, lost the basketball for a moment, but gets it back. Markowski with it, drawing Zeeble all the way out to the perimeter. It fakes the handoff. Markowski, this might not be a matchup in their favor. Markowski going right at Zeeble in the lane, and it's going to be a foul on George Zeeble. That'll be number 3 on him, and 2 shots coming from Markowski.
Good job by Markowski sticking with it. And how do you get a big man hands down, get all up in his chest, and go up through contact? That's a really good job there by the young emerging sophomore.
So Jacob Markowski at the line to shoot 2 shots. They need these here. First one is no good off the back of the iron. Lincoln Pius X, 4 for 8 now from the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, that's crucial right there. It's momentum, momentum savers and obviously run starters. And so, one thing you got to do is you worked hard to get the free throw line. You got to start cashing in on them.
Second one is good. It's a 4-point ball game, 34-30. 7.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Number 1 Omaha Skutt clinging to a 4-point lead. Here on the left side, it's Carter Wissink. Wissink with the basketball. They will move him around. He's guarded by Charlie Morrow. Now to Linderman. Linderman with the basketball to Lucas Heller. Heller on the right side to Sampson. Sampson has it top of the key left side. Now Wissink. Wissink wanted to get it down low. And now to Zeeble at the free throw line. He gets bumped by Morrow. Going to Markowski. Layup in the lane. No good. Too strong. Rebound fought for. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Lincoln Pius X. So Skutt basketball.
Yeah, good job there by Pius initially. What, like I said, it was Zeeble. I would put everybody in the lane, and I'm bringing baseline double team against Zeeble, and I'm playing him hard to his left hand. So in this case, you would have doubled from the middle of the lane when he's on the left block, because Skutt Catholic is just trying to run their offense slowly, methodically, and waiting for you to let your guard down to get it to Zeeble and try to get 2 points, or Eddie Linderman and company trying to get secondary points going to the basket.
Here's Carter Wissink as Morrow took a tumble into the left corner. Here's Skutt Catholic. Sampson with the basketball at the elbow. Now to Zeeble. Nobody in front of him, and he is fouled hard on the way up. Jacob Markowski forces him to shoot 2 shots at the line.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good hard foul there. Zeeble came in. He had the ball behind his head. Probably some contact on the wrist right there. Yeah. Good hard foul, make him earn it. That's good. That's what you want from Coach Brill. A little bit, you're seeing it right there. Markowski fell asleep initially a little bit. Good recover to try to get to the block. Either way, a foul.
Zeeble's first on the way. It is no good.
Well, it's a good foul.
Yeah.
Right? And so now you got to do a good job. Look, don't think Eddie Linderman and Heller and company won't offensive rebound.
Adam Brill is talking to his guys saying get low, because in case they try to go over the top, it's an easy draw for a foul.
Right.
So look at it. They're trying to get low. Look at these guys squatting like a catcher on the baseball field as the second free throw also no good. The smallest guy on the floor, Charlie Morrow, gets the defensive rebound.
Yeah, the 2 guys on the block are going to work extra hard. You need your guards to be active.
Lincoln Pius X can make it a 1-possession game if they hit the bucket here on this possession. They get it to Markowski. Markowski now lazy pass to Stemson. It is now to Markowski working on Zeeble in the lane, and no good. Missed the layup. As here comes Lucas Heller up the floor to Linderman. They're driving on Taubenheim. He lost the basketball for a moment, gets it back. Now his shot is blocked, and it's going to be 2 shots coming up again on the whistle, and a defensive foul charged to the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they've been letting Eddie Linderman get away with when he's driving. He is pushing off, and that's a little touch foul there on Carter Wissink. But either way, he's at the free throw line. Got to make him earn it.
First one on the way for Wissink, no good. It's off the front iron. Skutt has missed their last 3 free throws. Skutt Catholic here has yet to hit a shot from beyond the arc. They're 0 for 12 on the day. They're now 2 of 5 from the free throw line.
And so right now, what you're going to see right now, you brought Lenz in, right? And so
second free throw on the way. That one's no good. Rebound fought for and won by Carter Wissink. He tracks down his own miss.
Coach Jurgens is going to try to make this into a full-fledged street fight here.
On the right side, Luke Lenz hesitates now to Wissink. Wissink with it on the left wing. Now top of the key to Zeeble. Zeeble to Lenz. Two of the tallest players for Skutt Catholic are out there. And Zeeble, he lowers the shoulder in the lane, and a foul is called on Jacob Markowski. As
that was probably a foul.
That'll be sending George Zeeble to line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Zeeble was a little bit out of control, and he shot it initially and flung his arms a little bit. That was a legit foul. But the one thing you have to do against him, he's a really good player. He's going left, and he's going to it. It's his favorite move. You got to shut down his initial drive.
First one is good by Zeeble. As it is 35-30, Skutt Catholic on top of Pius X. Second one by Zeeble on the way. It is also good. 36-30, Skutt Catholic up by 6 on the Thunderbolts as they get it in, and it is going to be Sawyer Sand with the basketball. He gets it to Morrow, who will bring it across the timeline. Charlie Morrow driving the length of the floor. In the lane, shot blocked by Zeeble, and now Zeeble stares him down. And it's going to be Pius X basketball here underneath their own bucket.
Yeah, Zeeble over there, he faked like he was patting him on the back there. And with Morrow, you would like to see kick to the corner there to Simpson. Easy, wide open 3, see if he can make it and start a run.
Morrow, the inbounder, they're looking to get it in. They get it up top now to Taubenheim. Taubenheim already used his dribble. No, he did not, excuse me, as he collected himself. Now to Markowski. Markowski working on Linderman, gets bumped. Trying to get it to Morrow. They do. He drives baseline, gets bumped again. And now back out to Markowski, who's finally fouled on a whistle on a reach-in on Carter Wissink.
Yeah, it was probably about 4 fouls there. And I think the Pius fans are correct. The fouls that are being called down on the defensive end versus the offensive end are obviously drastically different. And so they just wanted it to be kind of, some continuity there.
They get it into the backcourt to Charlie Morrow. Still plenty of time for Lincoln Pius X here, as they trail by 6, 36-30. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Here is Sawyer Sand on the right side. Now Henry Stempson with the basketball for the Thunderbolts. They get it. Right side, Stempson working on Zeeble with those 3 fouls. Now back out top of the key to Charlie Morrow. Morrow guarded by Wissink. He fakes right, goes left. Now Morrow getting pushed on the head. The turnaround floater somehow goes in for Charlie Morrow.
Yeah, he's playing bigger than his body shows. Good job there. Once he gets deep in the paint, I like him better than forcing up a shot probably from 30 feet.
Adam Brill smacking the hard one on that Thunderbolt sideline, trying to get his defense to provide them a stop. Here on the right side, Wissink steps in the lane. The layup is good. Nice job by Carter Wissink.
Yeah, they brought Zeeble out there, and he rejected the screen and opened up the baseline for him. Good job there by Carter.
Here on the left side, Charlie Morrow with the basketball working on Wissink. He drives in the lane, pushes off, creates space. The floater won't go, and that was a quick shot for the Thunderbolts. Quick contested shot, that is. No look pass. Luke Lenz from the right side thought about collecting himself and firing the 3. Instead, he passes out of it to Lucas Heller. 4 minutes and 21 seconds to play in the ball game. Heller on the right wing, right in front of head coach Kyle Jurgens. Still has the basketball, now dribbles with the left hand, trying to get it into Zeeble. They do finally. Now Zeeble on the backside. Luke Lenz, layup good. It's now an 8-point game.
You know what you can deal with that, though. You need a little bit of top-down help there, but you brought the double team. You got to rotate defensively.
Morrow in the near corner, looking around, and he'll start to back down Linderman from the perimeter. He hands it off to Stempson. Stempson goes right at Zeeble. And the turnaround floater good for Henry Stempson.
Good job by Stempson. Good pace. Dribble handoff, a little wheel action. Got deep into the lane. It's cash money when they get in the lane.
Remember, the Thunderbolts last year lost on the shot heard around the world on the 3-quarter court finish at the buzzer by Norris's Barrett Bozinger. Today, they're trying to upend the number 1 team in Class B, the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. Linderman at the top of the key, working on Markowski. The backdoor cut is lost. Ball fought for on the hardwood. It's won by Pius. There's 3 bodies on the floor, and it will be Thunderbolts coming away with a loose ball. They do not have numbers. They find Sand. Fee fires a 3. No good. And Zeeble collects the defensive rebound.
Yeah, you had a chance there. I would like to see him wait, but nevertheless, if you're feeling it, it's a great shot if you make it, not a good shot if you don't.
We have a whistle, and we have some blood on Jacob Markowski as he'll have to get cleaned up from that left hand. And so we will have a stoppage in play. It'll be a sideline inbound here for Omaha Skutt momentarily.
Yeah, Markowski's in there battling, and you had 2 or 3 guys on the floor there. This has been a very physical game here. And so you got 3 minutes left. You got to defend. You're down by 6. You got to have a game plan. And if I'm, like I said, if I'm Pius, up until now, you have not hit a shot. I am packing that lane, and I'm trying to lull you to sleep by your inability to shoot.
To be fair, both sides haven't hit a shot, though.
No, but they especially haven't, and they have 2 big guys in there, and they're trying to really win the rebounding edge. I need all my bodies in the lane. I don't need to guard you out here.
Yeah, they inbound it to Linderman. Linderman with the basketball now. Dribbling it right side, gives it to Wissink. Wissink with the basketball, guarded by Morrow. Now they get it. They switch Taubenheim on to Wissink. 2:55 to go. Fourth quarter, 40-34. Your score. Pius in front, or excuse me. Pius trails by 6 to Skutt Catholic. To Zeeble in the baseline. He dribbles in, and the floater is good with the foul, George Zeeble.
Yeah, right there. You got to bring the double team. Taubenheim was looking at him, thought about double teaming. You got to go. He turns to the left. You have to double team him because he's big and strong and he has really good footwork and touch around the rim. You got to double team him. He will travel or he will kick it out, and they have not hit a 3.
Free throw on the way from Zeeble is good. It's now a 9-point lead, and Kyle Juergens on the Skutt Catholic sideline wants to talk things over. We'll step aside with them, take a 30-second timeout here on 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes and 43 seconds to play in the ball game. Skutt Catholic has just slowly continued to build on their lead. They lead at 43-34 over the Lincoln Pius X Thunderbolts, as the winner of this game gets our winner of our next game between Elkhorn North and Wahoo tomorrow night. And Jay, I mean, here's the deal. If you're Pius X, at some point a perimeter shot you feel like it's probably going to need to be falling for you. But on the other side, you got to figure out how you're going to start getting stronger on the glass.
Yeah, you got to do that, and you got to really tighten up. I know it's a physical game. You no hesitation when you make a move defensively against Zeeble. You allowed Wisnick to get a couple easy baskets because you had indecision. You got to really tighten that up if you're going to try to win this game.
Charlie Morrow with the basketball across the timeline. Now passes right side to it is Henry Stempson. Stempson to Sawyer Sand. 2.5 to go in the fourth quarter. On the right side now, the Thunderbolts have it. Charlie Morrow. Morrow dribbling with his left hand down the center of the lane. Gets bumped.
Wow.
Layup in the lane. It's good. 43-36.
They let it. I mean, it's that was a pretty big bump there by Morrow. Good finish with the left hand there.
Here is the pass over the top into the far corner. Linderman. Linderman will slow it down. Give it now to Carter Wissink. Wissink to Luke Lenz. Lenz now near the logo. Back to Wissink. 2:02 to play. Fourth quarter, 7-point differential between the Thunderbolts and the Skyhawks in favor of Skutt Catholic. And now a whistle and a reach-in foul called on Sawyer Sand as he was trying to tie it up. It'll be the 5th team foul on the Thunderbolts, which means 2 shots coming up and the rest of the way for Skutt Catholic.
Yeah, you know, when you think about all the ticky-tack fouls that maybe Pius got called on him earlier in the quarter, really comes back here where if Skutt Catholic starts to, make free throws in the next 2 or 3 possessions, it becomes insurmountable. So that's why everything's important. The flow of the game is important. How you ref the game is important. I think they've done a pretty good job, but I think obviously down there's been a lot of excessive bumping. So what Pius has to do is not speed up right here. There's a lot of time left, and you have 2 timeouts, so you can extend this game. But you got to, if they press you, you got to go.
Yeah. Both free throws.
You got to get it in right now.
Both free throws are good by Linderman as they get it in to Sawyer Sand, who crosses over now center of the lane he goes. And he'll bring it across the half-court line. 1:50 to play in the fourth quarter, 45-36, back to a 9-point game. They get it to Morrow. Morrow crosses over, looking around, drives in, spins, kicks it out. Stempson, 3 ball on the way. They need it. They got it.
That's the one that we talked about when Morrow shot. He could have kicked it to the corner, stepped in and fired it. That's a big three right there.
Here is Wisink up to Linderman. Linderman now with the basketball. 45-39 your score. Linderman steps through, passes left side to Lenz. Adam Bro was trying to get a foul on Luke Lenz here, as now they have it to Lucas Heller. Heller with the basketball, looking around to Wisink. 1:15 to play.
Well, now
in the
you better
ball
might
game.
as well play defense here.
And you have 12 on the possession here. Linderman.
Yep, play D.
Yep, Adam Brill on the sideline saying, do not foul in the lane. The layup is good. Nice shot by Eddie Linderman.
Yeah, you know the thing I don't like, I would like to see them just drop back in the lane. They have not hit an outside shot. I think when you just try to guard them straight up, Eddie can drive to the hoop.
Stempson can't hit that three-point attempt as that one rebound is tracked down by Omaha Skutt. The double team comes, and it's going to be a foul as Luke Lenz gets, a timeout. They reward the timeout. No, they did not reward the timeout. One official whistle.
One had a timeout, one had a foul.
And it's going to be a foul. So Luke Lenz will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Juergens did not like that. But the thing is right there, when you're late in the shot clock and you're going against a team that is 0 for 12 from 3, and they really haven't hit a shot outside of the lane, right? So under 15 feet and out, they're 0 for. Once it's late in the shot clock, I'm running to the Big Ten logo.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Lenz misses the first free throw. It's 47-39. 46 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. 8-point lead for Omaha Skutt. Number 1 seed trying to survive. The second free throw is good by Luke Lenz, so he goes 1 for 2. Back to a 9-point lead just like that. 45 seconds to play. They got to go. Here's Pius up the right side. Morrow pulls up from 3, and he misses that one. Offensive rebound. Taubenheim, and that's going to be a reach-in foul. The third team foul of the quarter on Omaha Skutt.
Yeah, they get that. Skutt continue can be aggressive here because you could save this your last foul, and then you could foul one more time and make them make it at the free throw line. You feel like you can pass over the defense offensively. So I'd like something going to the hoop right now to keep the momentum going.
They get it into Taubenheim. Taubenheim now to Markowski. Markowski in his jersey, held from behind. He gets knocked down and no whistle, but a layup is in, and now Markowski is hurt on the baseline there, as it does look like a cramp, and it seems like he's going to stretch it out there. He's trying to rip the tape off, and he's being looked at by the athletic trainer for the Thunderbolts. All right, we're ready to go. Timeout on the floor. 32 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. 48-41 your score. Obviously, if you're the Thunderbolts, you're trying to foul Luke Lenz here.
Yeah, Luke Lenz is the person we want to foul. We'll see if he's still in the game. For a while there for Coach Juergens, he brought in Luke Lenz for Sampson. So Sampson's obviously a guard. I'm assuming that he can shoot pretty good from the free throw line. You might want to bring another guard in to finish out this game. You got a 7-point lead. It takes one more possession, essentially one more point to get over the finish line against his Pius X. Is it Pius the 10th or Pius X?
Pius the 10th.
Pius the 10th Thunderbolts team that's been pretty tough and been able to withstand your physicality. I mean, you just look at that last play by Markowski, and what the fans are seeing is that he's going up for the layup and he's getting pushed in his back.
Yeah.
And so they want the and one as they were getting down there. So ultimately, right now, he's probably going to be Sampson back in the game for Lenz, considering his last trip to the free throw line.
48-41 your score. A 7-point lead for Omaha Skutt Catholic. A physical matchup this has been, as with 32 seconds to play in the fourth quarter, Pius X needs a steal on the inbounds pass as they're running the sideline. A whistle and a foul is called, and it's going to be number 14, Carter Wisink, on the 2 free throws. Foul goes on Jacob Nguyen, the sophomore guard who was subbed in just for speed and defense, probably also to foul.
Yeah, he went up to Carter Wisnik and said that wasn't a foul because Carter kind of flung his arms a little bit. But Skutt Catholic makes 1 or 2 right here. It's good game, set, match.
Wisink's first is good, absolutely perfect. It's now 49-41, 32 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Jake Markowski and Charlie Morrow check back in for Lincoln Pius X. 8-point ball game. Carter Wisink at the line trying to make it a 9-point game yet again in favor of Skutt. Second one is on its way, and it's no good. Rebound collected by Pius X. Here they give it to Morrow. Morrow inside 30 seconds. Morrow driving, spinning. He walks in, layup high off the glass. It does not go. Rebound fought for. Bodies are on the floor, and Zeeble comes away with it. And now Zeeble is going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots with 19 seconds to go in the ball game. 49-41, and it appears Skutt Catholic will survive.
Yeah, there was a game opponent here from Pius X, and Skutt Catholic showing that championship pedigree and why they're the number 1 seed. They came in obviously 24-2. Been on a heater here, well into the teens and the as far as the winning streak, and so they show why they are the 3-time defending state champs, no matter who is left and who's in college playing. Yeah, their program is built to last, right? They're built on physicality and toughness, and that's what they showed today.
50-41 your score, a 9-point lead rather for George Zeeble and the Skyhook Hawks of Skutt Catholic. Second free throw is also good for George Zeeble, who now has 16 points and 8 rebounds. They get it into Morrow with 18 on the game clock. Pius the 10th on the right side, guarded by Zeeble as Morrow. Morrow steps back. Now his shot is blocked by Zeeble. Zeeble collects it, and he's going to get the defensive rebound. Pius will call off the Dogs, and the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks will survive. It was a little dicey there for a few moments, but there's the horn, and your final score, Omaha Skutt Catholic 51, Lincoln Pius the 10th 41. It's a 10-point win for the Skyhawks. We'll step aside, come back in a few minutes with your postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college, helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu. General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day in the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Bro, move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. Pinnacle Bank Arena, your final score once again in the Class B quarterfinal. It is 51-41, a Skutt Catholic winner over Lincoln Pius X. Jay Foreman, the game of physicality, but ultimately Skutt Catholic, that's their game, and they won it.
Yeah, they were able to play in their wheelhouse and was able to kind of gut it out, right? 0 from 3, 0 from anything past 15 feet. But defense, rebounding, intensity, and physicality is what championship pedigree is built on, and they showed it today.
Yeah, it was a tough day at the office for a guy like Charlie Morrow. Came in as Pius's leading scorer, ends the day with 8 points, 4 of 18 from the field. Tough day shooting the basketball for Charlie Morrow, who dealt with foul trouble, only got to play 23 minutes of the game. I'm sure if you ask head coach Adam Brill of Lincoln Pius X, that was not part of the plan.
Not part of the plan. Had to come out maybe within the first 3-4 minutes in the first quarter and kind of spot duty after that. He was their main ball handler, and so the pressure early from Pius really paid dividends for them.
This next one's going to be a lot of fun. Elkhorn North against Wahoo. Hope you join myself and Austin Norman for it from Pinnacle Bank Arena. This will be the last game of the day for me as we then get ready to hand things over to Tristan Gomez for our 2 games this evening in Class B action. But it'll be the 4-5 matchup coming up in about 15 minutes of time. But for now, let's send it back to our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Nick Wyman is standing by after a 51-41 Omaha Skutt Catholic win over the Thunderbolts of Lincoln Pius X in the Class B quarterfinal action. For Jay Foreman, Nick Sandert saying so long for now from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs